Hey, what's up, guys? I want to make another video about an experience I had about a week ago with my wife. So this one was really interesting. My wife was about to do a meditation with a couple from. It was kind of like a global type of thing, and it wasn't very big though. It was a small group, like 20, less than 20 people. So there was the couple who were hosting it were out of the Netherlands, and then the gentleman they were going to who was also like co-hosting or sponsoring it was a gentleman from Germany. Now, the gentleman from Germany was very, very unique in the sense that, and I had seen him before, but I kind of forgot about him because we just haven't followed up on him. But this man was born with a very unique sense and ability to see energies. So he actually had to train himself to see normal, like what we consider to be normal. But his entire life, he could see the energy in everything, kind of like Neo in the Matrix. He said kind of literally just like that. So I had forgot about this guy until my wife was part of this meditation again. So I was in the dining room working, and she was in the kitchen, and I was kind of going back and forth, and she was logging on and getting ready for the thing. So honestly, I wasn't paying attention. I kind of knew what was going on, but because I'm working and going back and forth, I wasn't really paying attention. So finally, I could hear that the guy from Germany was on. They were ready to go, and then at the last minute, she says to me, "Babe, join me in this meditation." And they had been talking the whole time, so she probably thought that I knew what they were going to meditate on, but I didn't because I wasn't paying attention because I was working. So at the last minute, I said, "Oh yeah, babe, without a doubt." So then I just, they put the music on, they started the meditation, and then I stopped working, turned off my phone, and I just kind of started to meditate. And because I wasn't aware of where they were going, the intention, I knew it was going to be good, but I didn't know where they were going to go. So I said, my intention to join the meditation was I just want to tap into this frequency, into this vibration, because I know it's going to be in a good place. Bottom line, that's how I started. Now they had three different, like a 3 or 5 minute session, another 5 minute session, and then they had like a 15-minute session. And I had downloads every single one. This is phenomenal. So the first one, I'll just kind of get to what they showed me was. It's funny because they showed me like me and all my friends back east. They showed me my cousin Danny, my cousin Franny, my friend Titi and Papo. And see, we're all very different people, but we're very, very good at what we do in our own industries, our own professions, So then it showed me one time when I was asking for help. I was going through a hard time in my career, in my profession, and I basically just reached out to the universe and I asked for help. And I got the answers. I really got the answers. So then they told me that I have to understand that I have the same ability to help other people just like I was asking back in the day. And so it told me that you have to set the intention and literally push it out there into the universe that someone in your profession who's having a hard time, you should send them some energy because at that same time, someone needs what you have. And so if that makes any kind of sense, and then that's when it showed me like my cousins and my friends and all that, how we all have something very important and unique to offer to the world, and we don't even know it. So like it would benefit everything and everybody for you to understand what your strengths are and to push that out there into the universe to help someone who needs what you have. That's what the first download showed me. So then it stopped. I just scrawled. I took some notes here. Yeah. So send it out the way you need it. So remember when you needed help and somehow it just came. Well, remember that you can also help somebody else who needs what you have. So that was the first download, and then the second download. It was it didn't really kind of make much sense in the beginning, but they were talking about like how like seasonal and how humanity could be in better synchronicity with the seasons and better synchronicity with Mother Earth. Okay, this one's crazy, man. So then that was the second one. The third one was talking about harmony and how we as humans have to be the ones responsible for creating harmony here on Earth. So then it showed me. I live in Phoenix, Arizona, and we have a mall called Fashion Square in Scottsdale, Arizona. So all of a sudden, I was in kind of like the parking lot, kind of like the like the drop off there, and I was next to the Yard House, and I was looking at the mall. So then it took me to the entrance of the mall, and as I was walking into the mall, it showed me touching the mall like this, like touching the wall of the mall. But it's funny because when I touched it, it actually looked more like my house, but I knew I was at Fashion Square Mall. Really weird, and I don't know why, I haven't been in a while. When I touched the wall, it instantly took me back, like back in time as to when that mall was being constructed. And so it showed me the whole entire mall without the walls. And I could see all the contractors there. And they had, you know, the electric guys, the plumbing guys, the wiring, all that shit. All those guys were there working at the same time. And then like I panned, I scanned across, and then I was seeing everybody. I was seeing the energy that was being put into the structure from the employees that were building it. And so some were good, some were negative, some were frustrated, some were just, so all these different feelings that everybody was feeling or experiencing at the time the mall was being built was literally being built, integrated into the energy of the mall. Kind of weird. So then it was a snapshot of that, and then when my hand touched the wall, it spread like this light, and it went all throughout the mall, and then it calmed and healed all that negative energy that was built into the structure of the mall, and it was cleansed. And then it says, this is kind of it told me, it said, this is kind of a crazy thing, but humans need to drastically change the way they see themselves. You have to start thinking way out of the box, because you guys have had your heads pretty much up your ass for a long time, and you have to understand that. So that was setting me up for the next download that I got. So anyways, it was telling me that you guys really need to start seeing yourself in a much bigger light, in a much larger capacity, completely different capacity. So it told me that. And then, so this is the third one was pretty crazy. So then it showed me, all of a sudden, you know that the Thing from the Fantastic Four, that dude, you know, the rock guy. So it showed me that, right? And it kind of showed me like a baby, and then it was almost like a diamond. And then all of a sudden I saw it get bigger and bigger, and it was like a solid diamond. And then all of a sudden there was like all this smoke, like soot, you know, from a train. There was all that black shit all around the diamond. And then there was so much soot that it started to kind of cake the diamond. And it was literally like a layer like this thick of soot, and it was just all this shit that was on top. And then it wanted me to understand that all that soot, all that layer, was the bullshit that we experience here on Earth that stops us from being who we really are. So it was like the Thing, but all dark. And then so I was looking at it, and then it kind of zoomed up, and then it showed me literally like a circle on top of its head, and there was like diamonds. You know, like I could see the diamond form in the entity that represented humanity. And it wanted me to understand that we are diamonds covered with all the bullshit that we've been exposed to here on Earth. So then he turned into the Thing turned into like a big stone, looked like an emerald. So it was a giant gem with large facets, very, very large facets. So it didn't have very many facets. And then like I got this snapshot of like most people have large thoughts, very large and strong thoughts about life and reality. And the reason they can't break out or change their way of thinking is because they've had these thoughts for a long time. And then it kind of showed me the image of like an older man, you know, kind of like they're old and they're set in their ways. And then they would show me how hard it is to change that. So then it showed me a picture of me. Now this is something else that about 3 weeks ago, I was in the backyard, I was watering the flowers, and I was watering this one purple flower, and I shit you not, I was watering the flower, and I got like this thing, like this download, and I could feel, I'm just gonna say it, I could feel all the joy in the world just watering that flower. I mean, it was the simplest thing to do, but I felt like, almost like God was thanking me. And then, so that was it. So that was like 3 weeks ago. So when I was having this download, it took me back to that scene. And then it says, so then the old man covered in the soot was here. right? It looked like coal. And then it showed me like another version, and then it showed me. And then it showed me like that I understood it to be me. And then it was covered in soot. And then it showed me that moment of when I realized the beauty in watering that flower. And what happened was, it from my soot, like a little light shot out, almost like a bullet, and the light started to shoot out. And then it started showing me all these different instances of just stopping to smell the roses and seeing the beauty in everything in the world. Little things, little things, little things. So then all these like things started shooting out and breaking out. And then it showed me this is the way to break out of this thinking, that if you have to be able to stop and see the beauty in everything in life, because those little holes, once it's open, like it can never close back up. And it's infectious in the sense that you're going to change your whole way of thinking. And when you start to see the beauty in every little thing in life, and I'm talking about, I mean, man, just take a breath and breathe in life, man. Think about it, man. You're part of this human experience. And it was showing me all these things, and like walking with the kids and this and that. I mean, there's beauty everywhere, man. The world's pretty fucked up right now, let's be real. But this is still a beautiful place, man. And it's up to us. It's up to us to bring that life. So then it showed me, like I said, all these bullet holes, shooting through. And then it wanted me to understand this is the easiest way to break out from all the shit that's been covering us forever. And then all of a sudden it showed me like, and everything was gone. And then, so let me back up. So then when it showed me the old man with the hole on top and I could see the diamonds, it was letting me understand that all that energy is coming in, but it's being absorbed by all the negative, by all the dark shit, and it's not flowing through us as it is intended to be from Creator. That's what it was. So then because I always say, look, man, you gotta let the light shine through you, man. You have to realize that we are part of something much, much greater and more powerful than anything that man could ever do here on earth. And so that's the mindset. So this is the part that I wanted to save for last. It started out this way, but I wanted to save it for last because I didn't even believe it. It didn't make any sense to me at all. So when I got the third download, I'm feeling parched. So when I started to get the third download, it was like 15 minutes long, but I ended. It only lasted like 7 or 8 minutes for me, because after that I was done per se, but they were still meditating. And again, I feel a little bit funny saying this, but I mean, there's wisdom in what I said, but this doesn't really make sense to me. So that's why I wanted to save it for last, because I didn't want to lose you, if I'm being honest. When this whole thing started, I saw like a picture of a little kid, like a 3 or 4 year old child sitting on a box, and there was a large entity, and this thing had. The bottom line is the head of this thing was a sunflower, a freaking like a flower, a sunflower. So it was an entity with like a sunflower head, and then it wanted me to understand that. Something to do with the sun and like the energy, like this lesson is brought to you by blah, like the sun or something. I didn't really understand it. When I finished, I shit you not, because I was still meditating, we were all meditating, and then I finished early and they were still meditating. Then I kind of snapped out of it. Oh yeah, I forgot one part. I could literally feel something come bigger than me. It was much bigger than me, and it literally gave me a hug, and it was so happy and proud of me, like it showed me that. It was like, oh my God, Jimmy, you learned the lesson, we're so happy for you. And I could feel that. So something that I forgot to mention was that right before it all ended, it showed me a picture of me, and then it showed me like 2 energetic fields. It kind of looked like circles, but it was just energetic fields. And then it was showing me that everybody has this ability to tap into it. And it said, Jimmy, you're just tapping into the energetic fields that surround you. That's all you're doing. Everybody has the same ability. Everybody can tap into this, but they just have to start to see themselves differently in that sense. So yeah, man, that's what. And so then after it showed me tapping into those other fields is when it got up and it gave me a hug. Oh yeah. So then when I started to, because the sunflower didn't make any sense to me. So when I started to do some research on the sunflower, book I got right over there, it's metaphoric in a sense that it represents I forgot. Oh yeah, adoration. Like, it's a certain level of adoration. And then my next video is going to be, I got to make a lot of videos. So the next one is going to be about these books that I've been hearing by Dolores Cannon. And this lady's just phenomenal, man. Phenomenal. So everything, a lot of the stuff that she says resonates with me. And you got to hear it, man. If life confuses you in any way, shape, or form, if you give life a lot of deep thought and you have a lot of deep questions, you should absolutely listen to this woman because you should. Okay? So that's that, and thanks for watching. Thanks for taking the time. More to come. God bless. Be well. Bye.